worldwide over the coronavirus outbreak. The World Health Organization says it is not yet regarded as a pandemic. Now, several European countries have announced their first cases, all apparently linked to the growing outbreak in Italy. Let's get more now on that from our correspondent, Francis Collings, who joins me in the studio. Thanks for coming in. You bring us up to speed first on the numbers. Just how many cases now and where are they?
Well, the numbers that we're using, which many are using, are being tracked by Johns Hopkins University in the United States. So we can show you the global map of the spread of the coronavirus, which is concerning people because it's less about the numbers, it's more where it's going to be. Let's center in on Asia, where it started, because the mass of the numbers, of course, are on China, where it's, of course, originated. 78,000 have been infected there. Growing surge in South Korea, also numbers in Japan. Then it moves across to Europe. We have concern about Iran, where there were cases reported, but this is the European map. And most of what we can see here, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and indeed Switzerland and Croatia, where there have been cases reported, are linked to what is going on in Italy, which has had that sudden rise over the last few days of over 300 cases of this virus.
Right. And there are also big concerns now about the world's biggest sporting event in July, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
It is a growing concern that sporting events, in fact, are concerning Japan across the board. The Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has said over the next 2 weeks they're scaling down on things. But when it comes to the Olympics, this, as you say, is the biggest event in Japan since the World Cup in 2002. And now concerns from a leading IOC member, Richard Pound. He is the longest serving IOC member, been on the committee since 1978. And he's been giving an interview where he says, is this under sufficient control that we could be confident about going to Tokyo or not? And we are talking July. He gave a time frame when a decision has to be made. That's by the end of May. And he said if things don't get better, you're probably looking at a cancellation. This, of course, has caused consternation in Japan, and they're making the point that this is not an official statement from the International Olympic Committee. It's Dick Pound's own personal view, and that things are going to carry on. But we don't know how this is going to develop. And do you want hundreds of thousands of people turning up from scores of countries into Tokyo in July if the virus is still like this?
Right. And if that vaccine isn't yet found. Okay, Francis, thanks so much for that. Now